going to start with the actual nitty-gritty of my channel. Now, let's start with the most recent. Most recent is this. This is the most recent. This is what you're going to see if I'm not hosting another channel, not streaming. It's this. The coin on the far right is my coin emote. The image in the center is an anime version of myself in a post-apocalyptic situation. And the cat I'm going to get to last. I'm going to talk about that dead last. Now, the first two images that I talked about are based off of my emotes. These are my emotes. And the far right is myself. And in the center is the burning coin. We're going to treat that like an elephant in the room. We will talk about that. And then to the far left is the happy coin emote. The emotes is basically what the coin on my offline screen is based off of. Let me turn that off and let me turn this back on. Now, let's start with the greeting emote. Now, the greeting emote, it kind of started like this. I needed something that fit my channel's theme. I needed something that was post-apocalyptic, dystopian, and retro games, which is the theme of my channel. Prior to having any kind of theme in my channel had copyrighted, violated images for the banners, the panels. It was just a mess of copyright violations. I used to justify it by saying, oh, I'm a streamer, I'm a content creator, this is fair use. Bullshit, it was copyright infringement. I won't say which games or which companies it was copyright infringement from, because one of them is very litigious, and I do not want to hear the gavel of a judge. So I'm going to leave alone which ones I violated, and anyone that's a longtime follower of my channel, they will know. So, but back to the emotes. When I first got affiliated, I needed to get some emotes, and when I talked about emotes, I first thought of a few, and I needed someone to bounce ideas off of, and that was Nevermind, formerly known as Derpcho. And my first idea was to get an emote for my tier 2 and 3. And she suggested that I focus on my theme of my channel. Because originally what I was thinking of was essentially a loot crate. My thought process was, I need emotes, people are going to be spending money on this. Not like I'm going to rake in huge sums of money, but, you know, if people are going to subscribe, they're going to be spending money. I didn't think of the theme of my channel. Everything in my channel was copyright infringement bullshit and very disorganized and disjointed. So, naturally, it was the same for my emotes. At least in terms of them being in concept. So, she eventually asked me, well, what's the theme of your channel? And the theme of my channel being post-apocalypse, dystopian, and retro games, she was like, why don't you use one of those themes in your emotes? To me, this was a little bit of a different idea and direction than what I was thinking of, but, you know, she was right. My theme had to be consistent. So I thought about it. I was like, why not coins from any of the various retro games, Super Mario Brothers or the like? You know, it's something of that nature. And I will swing back around to this emote in a second. And, that's how Happy Coin came about, because I was like, why don't we make it anthropomorphic? So I had this anthropomorphic coin, and then I kind of let my mind wander. I'm like, how can I make that post-apocalyptic? And I let my mind wander on that question, and I went, that coin is too happy. It needs to suffer. You can't shoot a coin like that. A coin that big, bullet wouldn't even go through it. Novelty coin machines at amusement parks would be broken in a post-apocalyptic scenario, so you can't even have it, say, something like Six Flags on that damn thing. So, that's out of the realm of possibility. The only way that you could really make a coin like that suffer is if you threw it from a big height, like a massive height. Something like the Empire State Building. Something tall enough where it would actually increase speed to the point where it would practically catch on fire. Fire. And that's... fucking fire. And that's how Rip Coin emote was born. This quickly became my tier 3 emote, and it is still my tier 3 emote. I'm not apologizing for this one. Fuck, this is funny. So, my coin quickly kind of became the butt of the joke. There's another version of this for my banner, and it's still the burning coin emote. But essentially, the coin has the position of being a dual mascot for my channel, and it shares that position with myself. Now, the coin itself is a representation of a lot of things. Retro gaming, how we treat retro games, also being the butt of the jokes. If something negative is going to happen in terms of my emotes, it's going to happen to the coin before it happens to the anime version of myself. That being said, I now need to jump back to this. What about that cat on the far left? Around the time I started streaming, I lost a pet of mine. Now, this cat, it was a cat, I had since I was 10 years old, and it passed away when I was 30. The cat left an impact on me, and he passed away around the time I started streaming. So in those very early streams, if you hear a cat scratching on the door or meowing at the door, he literally was outside the door. I didn't want him in here chewing on a whole bunch of unorganized wires. I spent most of my time with that cat, and when I looked at it, I kept thinking, well, eventually, if or when I hit partner, because they didn't have affiliate back then, I would include that cat into my branding, essentially. Sad to say, he didn't even live to see me see affiliate. And I hit affiliate, and the first 3 emotes I had were 2 were of the coin, 1 was of myself, and I'm like, after that, I had to include him somewhere into my branding. And I may still do a cat emote specifically for my cat. That being said, you can't have a pet for 20 years. You can't have one little animal for 2 decades and not have it impact you. So the instant that I put up a big thing of artwork onto my channel, that cat was instantly added to my channel. So yeah, it was a male cat, for those wondering. He was very important to me. And this cat had like a hell of a malicious streak. So, especially when he was taken to the vet. Oof. There are a few stories I'm not saying in this video. So he's going to be included into the emotes eventually. At the very least, he's going to get one emote slot. I kind of want my channel to be very representative of myself and my channel's theme and essentially our goals. Now, my channel has a big focus on charity. You know, I have the Never Ending Campaign and stuff like that. Now, while we're on the subject of my emotes and my panels and video banners and profile banners, there's another name I need to bring up for that, and I have to bring up the name Star Pop. Star Pop basically showed me that my channel needs to be more consistent within the theme. When I first got my emotes, I still had all of that copyright infringing art. The most thing that was more consistent with my theme was actually my emotes. It took me a good 2-3 months for me to get around to changing that. Star Pop basically said, you know, your emotes are fantastic, but the rest of your channel needs to change. You need to do a rebrand. Either rebrand the emotes to be more like your channel, or your channel to be more like your emotes. And for a long period of time, I'd just kind of sit there and I'd be like, I hate my channel, I hate my channel. And it wasn't the channel, wasn't the community, wasn't the mission statement of our community. No, it was something more simple. It was my panels, it was my banners, it was the look and feel of it. One day I actually got so frustrated and so angry about it that I took one of my emotes that I already had, copied the file, and I simply cropped out everything but my face, and I turned it into a profile image for all of my accounts, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and all across the board. It instantly became consistent. I stopped hating it. And the instant I did that, something clicked. I knew what I had to do at that point. Had it not been for conversations with Nevermind and Star Pop, I never would have been able to do that. So I eventually hired my artist, the same artist I got for my emotes, because I wanted to give it a consistent feel. And I got him to do banners. I got him to do 2 different versions of banners, just in case one looked better on one website than another. And I ended up needing both of them, so it turned out to be a good call. I even got him to do the offline screen. So the same person that did, well, essentially this also did these. It made sense. It made sense to have like one artist do everything and have a similar feel for everything. And I even reused my emotes. I made by hand my own panels, reused the emotes as art for some of those panels. And with the exception of things like YouTube and Twitter and St. Jude, I had emotes. I have my same 3 emotes on virtually all my panels. I'm not particularly happy with my panels, but I'm a lot more satisfied than what they were. if I had to leave them for like a year or longer, I'd be fine with it. But eventually I may actually change that out. That being said, I have a consistent feel onto my channel. And I wouldn't have that if that weren't for Nevermind, formerly known as Derpchew, for Star Pop. But still, there's someone I'm not mentioning. Someone that requires a massive shout out. My artist. My artist is, he goes by the name of Steve Chops online. And in the description of this particular video, I am going to be giving a link to his advertising page for artwork. It'll include things like contact information, prices, things of that nature. My channel would not have the look and feel it does without Steve Chops' work. He worked his ass off. He was fully paid for all the artwork that he did, for the emotes, for the offline screen, for the banners. He was paid in finances. I didn't give him exposure past what I've done. Now, I paid him first, and I pretty much advertised him after. Okay? I didn't promise him any advertising. I only guaranteed that he'd be paid. I did pay for the art. That being said, I did not reimburse his therapy bills for him drawing a anthropomorphic coin burning multiple times. I do not know if he's pissed about that, but I can take a guess. So, to kind of close things up, I have to say a big thank you to Nevermind, to Star Pop, to Steve Chops. Without the conversations with Nevermind and Star Pop, my channel would not look anywhere near as good as it does, and it would be that flaming shit show that it was. Without Steve Chops, there'd be no art fucking period at all. And for those people to whom I mentioned, I am extremely grateful for everything that you've done for my channel. Even if it's just a conversation or doing something I'm paying you to do, it does mean a lot that these people are essentially doing whatever they can to assist me in making my channel essentially better. And I am grateful to all of you. And I'm most grateful to you, my viewers. Now, I will continue, hopefully, to learn and grow as a streamer. And at the very least, I have learned and grown to actually appreciate the look and feel of my channel. Thank you for your time, and have a great day.